So Nortec Contracting was starting to put up the ledgers using the Burman ties. The ties go in first. You secure it to the ICF tie using a screw right in the center. And then once you put the ledger board up, you drill out the hole. That's after it's poured. Put in the bolt, use an impact driver to tighten it up.
Cinderella story, out of nowhere, a former greenskeeper now about to become the Masters champion. It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Our ledger boards were 1 3/4 of an inch in thickness and 18 inches deep. And I may have mentioned this before, but the Burman ledgers actually have a greater shear strength and a number of different factors that are better than the Simpson strong ties that are typically used here in the United States. Obviously, the little ledge that comes out there, that's just for you to set your board on. The real strength comes from the 2 pistons that go embedded back into the concrete, and then we take a piece of that fiberglass rebar and jam it through the hole at the very end of that so that you have a piece of rebar that goes the same direction of the wall or opposite direction of the piston, and then those bolts go in. They are extremely strong, very easy to put up. I thought it was a great idea. I love them. So do you need the level?
Yeah, I do.
And you may have noticed that we have the squeakiest telehandler probably of anyone else in the world. It's a big title, I know, but I'm going to claim it.
Add a half inch to it.
gonna be a spot too.
I think 2 F1s.
We can send them this way or no? We'll do it by hand.
The toolbox. Passenger side. La chiquita.
Huh?
It's like a little palm thing with the air check.
¿Pero what?
Chiquito. Es gris con negro. No tiene una de estas.
Here Garth is laying out all of the joist hangers that need to be put into place. He's making a list and checking it twice, while the crew's putting in some of the nails into the joist hangers. Meanwhile, another crew member is getting ready to pick up the trusses and bring them over. Besides the fast motion with a 3-man crew that knows what they're doing, this whole process would have gone so much faster than Peggy and I could have done. It would have taken us a week or more to do what they did in a day. That was pretty much it. The sun was starting to go down. The crews got ready to go home, packed up their stuff, and headed out. Now that all the major beams were in place, the next day the crew was able to start putting in the trusses. The only issue we discovered when putting in the trusses is that some of the bolts from the Burmans were interfering with putting in the trusses into their hangers, and so we had to use a router to route out just a little bit of the end of the truss in order to get it over those bolts on just those trusses where that had an impact. It was about 3 or 4 of them. All of the hangers get some liquid nails or glue applied to each bracket, and they use special hanger nails to secure those trusses or to the hangers. And here's an aerial shot at the end of the day, just showing how far they got. Almost got the whole subfloor on, just one little section over there in that corner that you can see that isn't done, where we still have the trusses. And then of course the other opening is for the stairs, and that's deliberately left open. It is Tuesday, end of day, and I've been here all day doing a lot of spot checking, I guess, and some decision making as we found things that we needed to tweak here and there on the plan, including the stair opening and downstairs in the basement. I was laying out all the basement walls and so forth, but the crew did all the work today for the floor. They got all the trusses in, as you can see here, for the second floor. Well, all of them except for just a few over here. More to go. We'll get those tomorrow. But if you've probably seen from the footage already, since I generally show it in order, the beam's in, this beam's in for the stairway, and then here's our stairway opening. And I now have my measurement for the stairs, so which means that I can contact the stair company that's going to do the monostringer modern stairs, and we can get that started from a design perspective. But the only thing that we needed to tweak is we had one Burman tie that we didn't need there, so that's going to come out, and we were 1.5 inches short right there. So we just took another part of some leftover pieces from the laminated beam and glued and screwed that, which will work just fine because the beam is already there, and it's got the joist hangers. It's bearing all the weight, but this will be what we're going to tie our monostringer stair into. That's pretty much it. The excavator was here. He took a lot more of the crap dirt, I guess, the topsoil that was there that has a lot of bio-natural materials in it, pine cones and so forth, that's really not usable, and he hauled most of that away today. There's a big pile of tree stumps here, and he's going to be, I can get it over there. Anyhow, he's going to be taking care of that probably tomorrow, and we discussed him potentially running some of the drain to daylight trenches that we still need to dig, as well as water and electrical going over to the greenhouse / shed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peggy was off on grandma duty. It's my granddaughter's birthday today, and so since I couldn't go, Peggy went and spent the day with them, and they're off at a movie right now, but they've been spending the day together, and that's just fantastic. That's pretty much it. So that's the update for today. Tomorrow they will be back. We'll finish up this, and they're going to start on the block for the second floor. I'm going to be down in the basement working on plumbing, and then Thursday we're expecting snow. So probably maybe Peggy and I might be working, but we'll have to wait and see. That's the update for today.